Alright, welcome to EP8. This is your host, and today I'm here with
HONER.
HONER. If not mistaken, one of the most known persons in surprise. If you don't know this man, you've been outdated. Aaron is mostly known in here for his content creations that he creates, and also for his mastery on backflips. So explain to us first of all how you got this becoming a backflipper, on the YouTube content creator.
I basically started teaching people. Well, I was 11 years old and I wanted to learn a backflip. I was like, that looks so cool, and then I was just like, I learned a backflip, and then I showed my friends. And then I was like, it got like 12 views, a video of ours got like 12 views, and I was like, 12 people that I don't know saw my video. It was cool. So that was what started it.
So those 12 people got you to where you are right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy because you have a lot of views on your videos. We've seen that some of your videos get to millions in YouTube, which is kind of nice to see, especially when you actually put the effort into it. Would you say that you would still do it if you didn't get the views, you think?
Yeah, because I have gotten like lower views. Yeah, I would still do it, I think.
You still do it?
Yeah.
That's nice, especially. And do you think there's a way to get famous? There's people that try a lot and they usually don't get that many views. Do you think that there's a way to that, or do you think it's like pure luck, like people say?
I think it's, I would say it's hard work, consistency, persistence, a lot of different things, yeah, I would say, but mainly hard work and not giving up. I think that's a big part of it.
So what are your reasons for not giving up?
My reasons for not giving up would be I just love what I do. I really do love it, and I want to make a difference in people's lives. I want to change people's lives in even a small way, like making somebody laugh, entertaining them, doing a backflip, whatever it is.
Yeah, I like that you do that, especially with backflips. I think every time I see you, I at least got to see you backflip. So I'll definitely see you in the backyard doing one at least. I would do it here, but my family would probably be mad. But anyways, so was it difficult for you to do a backflip at the start? I never asked you this question because I was like, okay, that's common sense, but
yeah,
how difficult was it?
It was really difficult, especially because I was like 11 years old, so I didn't have any like strength. So I was just like, when I was 11, I didn't have any strength, so I would land like on my hands and feet, like I would land like with my hands down and all that all the time, and then I was barely able to land it for probably like 6 months straight. I would land like hands down, and then all of a sudden I started landing like in a squat position, and then it was just, now I can do it easily, but it took a long time.
6 months. So it took 6 months to do one. I was thinking I could learn it in a day, but after hearing that, so it's not that easy.
No,
was it difficult since you have to teach yourself?
Well, I mean, it really took only 2 months to like actually learn it, but to land it like really good, it took a while. So, but you said was it difficult?
Yeah.
It was all mental. It's all mental. Like it's just all confidence. So you could do it. It's just like confidence. It just takes a lot of confidence.
When did you realize that?
That it was all confidence. Pretty much just as soon as maybe a year after I did it, I was like, oh, it's all mental. Like I was teaching my friends how to do it, and they were just like, most of them were in shape enough to do it, but they were just like too scared to do it,
Yeah, I'm kind of scared to do it. I'll probably do it once, but not yet. I never tried it. I don't even have tried it on the ones where you like jump, those places I think.
Oh yeah.
Jump, what's that place called?
Jump Street or whatever.
Yeah,
Sky Zone.
Yeah, Sky Zone. I can't even do that. Sky Zone. So I'm like, oh god, imagine a person. It's difficult and it's also very dangerous. So did you ever harm yourself doing one of those?
Yeah.
Really? You got hurt doing backflips?
Yeah. One time I landed like super bad on a backflip. I was just like, I tried to like, I was playing spike ball and I tried to hit the ball down, and then while I was hitting the ball down, I stopped flipping and I was just like, no, like what do I do? And then just straight on my head.
Oh no. Did you get any sort of trauma on it?
It was pretty, like I was just sore for a while and stuff, yeah.
Did you get diagnosed with a concussion?
I didn't really go to the doctor.
No. That's not good. That's not good. But other thing, the laugh. The laugh. Not only is it contagious, but it's also very unique. I think I told you, once I was at a Chipotle down in Woodell Road, and there's a Dutch Bros. I'd say probably half a mile, right? Half a mile.
Yeah, it was like a third of a mile. Yeah.
A third of a mile, and the man was laughing. And we could hear him from Chipotle. Like third of a mile, we could still hear him. And I was like, dude, that's Aaron. and we called him, and it was actually him, which is crazy. But if you hear the laugh, you know it's Aaron. So now going into the content creator, how did you make the backflip into content?
I pretty much, what helped me grow my Instagram was I was just doing backflips for shout outs. So I was like, how can I use my talents to grow my Instagram? So I just started doing backflips for mentions, just like if you mention my name, then I'll do a backflip for you. And then started that. I got probably a couple hundred, maybe 150 mentions, and then I grew my Instagram, and that was how I grew it on Instagram. But yeah, and then on YouTube it's just the tutorials. Yeah, how to do it.
Yeah, those are the ones I've seen that have a lot of views. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And your Instagram, you mentioned Instagram. I think you've reached 10K now.
Yeah.
So you've gone there. You got the blue check as well. So that's good. At that point, I heard that it's easier, but at the same time, it's harder to grow from. So, what do you think?
It's harder to. I would say it's easier to grow once you have a base. I would say, because people are talking about you, and then word of mouth spreads pretty quick, So it's I'm still growing at a decent pace.
So you think your networking has been very beneficial when it comes to growing your page?
I would say so, yeah. I don't even realize it though. I really just like networking for the sake of connecting with people, and then it's just a byproduct. That's truly, I would do the networking even if I wasn't on social media,
Okay, so you still go out, okay.
Yeah.
Dang, that's cool. So networking, what do you think are your top 3 best ways to network? For you, of course.
Let's see. So that's a good question for sure. I would say top 3 things for networking would be how to stand out. Do something that makes you stand out. Whether it's just I don't know, just don't be like everybody else, because you're not going to be remembered if And so I would say do something that stands out. Whether it's just a firm handshake or something small that just is okay, this guy actually wants to be here, or just be present in a conversation, or do a backflip. No, I'm just kidding.
That's your way, right?
Yeah, that's how I'm laughing and just being trying to be goofy, but and then also I'd say try to add value to their lives, try to be oh, who do you know that I know? That helps me build connections, as well as who do I know that you know already, who are our mutual friends. And then and then I would say also I would say just be yourself. A lot of people aren't themselves, a lot of people are just I forgot to set the timer, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Still rolling.
Okay. But yeah, I would just say be yourself, I would say just, those are the tips I would say.
So do you think your personality helps you in the building the network?
For sure, yeah, I would say my personality helps for sure.
Yeah. Also.
Well, people like remember me by certain things that I do. I guess like I said, the backflip guy. Like people are like remember me for that, or my laugh, or whatever, or that I'm a YouTuber. So it's just like those three things stand out. So it's like at least they'll remember me, and then the next time they see me, they'll be like, "Oh, you're the backflip man, or you're a YouTube guy, or you're, you know, laugh." They don't really say that, but you know, but you know, just something to stand out, because I feel like a lot of people hold themselves back, but if they view themselves, you know, they'll definitely connect better with people, you know.
Right, and that usually helps at the point. If you can be a successful person in the content creation world. And I want to know now, what type of curves did you have to go through when creating content?
Like what kind of struggles?
Struggles? On the way, of course.
I would say, dude, it's really, I still battle like struggles. Like I'm just like, okay. I still struggle with just content creation. It's just like ideas is one thing, you know, constantly coming up with ideas. And then what else, man? Like just people's opinions, you know, people saying, "Oh, you don't get any views anymore." Like that, people's just opinions are.
You fell out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I hear all the time. So that's in my ear. So I'm like, okay, you know. So people's opinions, ideas, and then I would say, also just not like getting views all the time. Like it's hard to just like keep going at something and not be successful every time. That's why I feel like a lot of people quit. Like 99% of people quit. So if you just don't quit, you're in the top 1%.
Those are things that affect you, do you think? Or those were things that affected you back in the past? Do you think those things still affect you until this day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Do you overthink about it too much?
Sometimes, yeah.
You do?
Yeah, it's not, I mean, I'm definitely not perfect at it. Like, I still struggle with things, but, you know, I think everybody struggles with certain things in content creation, whether they're like I mean, even Mr. Beast has his struggles, I think. Like, he said he had mental breakdowns every week. So it's just like...
So it's normal.
Yeah.
There's no perfect human when it comes to content creating.
Mm-hmm.
Although Mr. Beast is at the top though.
Yeah.
He's at the top. I mean, the man knows how to do it. Do you sometimes look for advice from people that have made it? Or do you think it's like not necessary?
No, yeah, I definitely always seek advice. Actually, that's something that I've learned to do. But I used to be like really think I know it all. Like in my early 20s, I was just like, I just know exactly what I want to do, and I was just like, I didn't like earlier in my stage in my life. I was like, I thought I had it all figured out, you know. I was like, but I did not. I would like beat myself up so much for not doing something right. And then I would just like, but at the same time, I would be like, oh, I have this figured out. And then I would just keep running into this wall. It's horrible.
You think that affected you due to the age, since you were young and you always wanted to have it all? Or do you think it was just the self-doubt coming up to you?
Both. I would say both, yeah. Both my age and I don't know if you feel that way, like, I don't know.
I think, yeah, at a young age I mean, obviously I just reached 20, but at a young age, I think we want, you know, everything already set for the future and how we want to do it. So, you think you stumbled through some things when you got to your 20s? You're like, you told yourself, okay, I'm going to have this, I'm going to do this, and then you start stumbling?
Yeah, I would say that's part of it. Like, I was impatient, I wanted success quick, and, you know, that never
really works.
That doesn't work. I mean, it does work maybe for a temporary, but you're never gonna achieve like Mr. Beast success with just doing it like, you know, in a year or two. You know, you have to keep going.
So, you know that you reach your first peak of your content creator. So do you think you changed a lot when you reached your first peak?
My first, are you referring to when I like
When
first
you got
hit?
famous first, right?
Yeah. You said, what was the question, sorry?
So you think when you reach your first peak, that's what I like to call it because it always goes, did you think that you were gonna stay up there, or did you know it was gonna go lower a little bit and then average?
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, that's a good question. It was.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna like stay like that forever, and I feel like that's what a lot of people think. Like I didn't really like. It took me like 4 years to get to that point, and then I all of a sudden hit that, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna be like successful for the rest of my life type thing,
Just live on these videos.
Yeah,
So though those moments had you overthinking about whether you wanted to still be a content creator, or did you know that you were gonna reach that level again?
I would say I overthought it, but also like I wasn't sure actually, but I definitely overthought it. I'm a big overthinker. I'm like, yeah.
So you always thought about it. But you always wanted to do YouTube, correct? You always wanted to be a content creator.
Yeah.
Since you were young.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that helped you better like decide whether you wanted to stay on it, right? You were like, okay, I like this, I want to do this for the rest of my life, whether I'm up there or I'm down there, right?
Yeah.
So now that you are reaching a stability where you can go up, you can go down, but you feel safe where you are now?
Honestly, I'm not. No, I still don't.
No. No.
I think a lot of people view it as that, but it's like I don't think you ever feel like that. I really don't. Like I think even I was watching a documentary on famous people, and they're like everybody and rich people, and they're always afraid of losing it.
You just want to keep going, you're ambitious about it. Which is a good sign, but at the same time, it creates a lot of self-doubt.
Yeah, exactly.
And now, the creation of Snapchat stories and Instagram Reels, do you think it has benefited you a lot when it comes to?
I would say Instagram stories for sure.
There's one video that a lot of people may know you from. It's from the video of the 12-year-old girl. They got in the mall. That was a good one. I think. How did you react to it popping off, going so famous? Because the video went out to how many views?
Almost 7 million, I think.
So yeah, it's reached almost 7 million. How did you react to that one?
I was just like, I was so surprised. I was just like, I was actually not gonna upload that video. Yeah, that's how it works. Like I didn't know it was gonna blow up, so I was like, I don't know if I should upload this video. Like it's kind of like, but
it's kind of weird, but.
Yeah.
It went well.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. So how did you react to it? Like at first you were like, "Oh shit, it's popping off," or it's usually the normal range.
No, it was like all of a sudden we got like people sharing it and people commenting, and then all of a sudden it reached like 100,000. So I was like, oh, it's gonna stop here. Like I guess I'm pretty. Have a negative mindset sometimes, and I'm like, all right, it's gonna stop at 100,000. No, it's gonna stop it, and then it just kept going. And I was like, maybe it'll just keep going like to millions and millions.
And we got 7.
Yeah.
And it's still increasing by now, until this day. And now on YouTube, do you think it's harder to pop off YouTube than on the Instagram Reels?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say it's harder to pop off on YouTube.
What do you think then?
Because YouTube makes long form videos, and long form videos are make a lot more money. So I think there's I don't know. I think YouTube makes a lot more money, so it's like maybe more competition.
More competition.
But there still is a lot of competition on Instagram Reels too, so you can't really make that excuse. Like it's easier to make short form content versus long form. Like this type of content is hard to get millions of views versus like a short could be like pop off quick.
Right. But then it's harder to stabilize. Like it's harder to keep going forward, to keep going upwards on YouTube or on Instagram.
Man, that's a good question. Honestly, I guess I've experienced both, and I guess like I would say it really depends. I would say like it depends on a lot of different factors, but I would say YouTube is like, for me, I was doing how-to videos, so like people would search it up for years and then I would just get those same views for years and years. So that was what was nice about YouTube. But Instagram is like, all right, you gotta come up with the next big idea like pretty quick, because it's not, that 7 million viewed video is not getting that many views anymore, versus my backflip videos are still getting views every day more, so like long term. So I would say long term, YouTube, the way I was doing it, it was easier to stick around long term for YouTube.
So for a content creator that wants to start, what would you tell them? What should they do?
I would say keep building your skill of content creation and don't give up. And like, I know it sounds really cliche when I say don't give up, but it's just like, if you don't give up, you'll be in the top 1%, because I think of playing the long game like decades, you know, like a decade into this and still making content. There's going to be very few people that are still making content in two decades from now, you know. So I think of like the long term, and so I would say don't give up, and then do what you love, and love the process of what you're doing, you know. Do what you love, and don't give up. I think those are some of the best advice that I've ever gotten.
Best advice. When you're down, do you usually think about those things, or do they just block off?
No, yeah, I would say I try to think of them, but they kind of block off sometimes.
It's hard when you're in your head. I think it's hard to battle those fights, but you have done it. You're a warrior. You've done it, and you keep making the content that you're giving us every day. You know,
Thanks,
it's positive. It's positive. I like it.
Thanks, bro.
The backflips go crazy. One day you're gonna have to teach me how to do a backflip.
Dude, I'm down.
It's just crazy to think that when it comes to backflips, I think of you. You know, that's and it's weird because not only me, but you know, so many people are surprised that they think of backflips, they think of you. So that's like something that you left in here, which is, it's amazing. You know, people want to leave like something where they're from or where they belong, and you've left the backflips. So
thanks, man.
that's amazing. And obviously, how old are you now? 24?
25, yeah.
25. So 25, and your main focus is basically content creator. How do you do to pass a day without, like, let's say, content creator? On your free time, what do you usually do? What do you like doing?
I very just connect with people. Like, that's what I really love to do is, so I basically like, I'll just go up to random places and just be like, hey, what's your name? Like, what do you do? And then I'll just like start talking to people, or I'll see people I know and I'll just start talking. And I don't know, that's my favorite thing to do, is just literally network, which it sounds like the same as like what I already do, which is
So basically you're working.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. Hey, that's good though. That's good.
Yeah.
So, what about sports? You play a lot of sports. We met actually playing volleyball.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't even know, but you used to do a volleyball night on Friday nights. So we would tell the people from the church and you, of course, to come on Fridays, and boom, we get it going. I remember you just living up everybody out. You're like, hey, what's your name? You're good at names too. I'm very bad at names, but you're very good at names. You remember almost everybody's name. You should be like, what? I don't know how he does it. Does he take like a quiz before he gets But yeah. So what other sports do you play? Because you're very athletic.
Thanks, man. I do mainly volleyball and then frisbee. Should I move this way?
Yeah, you're good. Frisbee?
Yeah, frisbee. I love frisbee, bro.
Where can we play here? Like, is there a park for it? Or are you just like with people? Because I know there's like a pole where you can throw frisbee.
Yeah, that's what.
I think there was one up here. I tried playing with a friend a year ago or something like that. It was fun. Dang.
You had fun with that?
Yeah, frisbee's pretty fun.
Yeah.
What other sports?
That's pretty much That's pretty much it. Volleyball, frisbee, but I play in high school. I played volleyball, tennis, and baseball. So
you play tennis?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah, tennis is fun, bro. Tennis is hard. What?
You watch tennis or not?
Nah.
It's so fun. I like watching it.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
play it again, but I haven't had the chance. Maybe one day we'll play. Alright, now, for a content creator, it's harder to find content, correct? Especially for someone that's already an expert at it. However, for a beginner, what would you tell them to do? Not do, but what would you?
I would say make content around things that you already enjoy, and that, like, whether it's video games, you know, if you enjoy video games, make content around video games. If you enjoy sports, make content around sports, and you'll always enjoy, as long as you always enjoy the actual activity, then you might as well film it, you know, might as well put a camera and start filming you just shooting hoops or something, and start small. Like, you can make like literally a 30-second video and just create something, you know, just go create something small, and then also like start small, and then also I'd say do something you're passionate about, like I said, and just something you already love doing, and then it won't feel like work. I mean, I don't think so. Would you think like?
No, I think if you love it, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to recording, like you said, every time you do an activity, and it doesn't have nothing to do with recording, do you ever think about like, oh, this could have been like a nice video for YouTube? Do you ever think like, oh my god, I could have recorded this? Like,
Yeah, it's interesting because with being a content creator, I think about that. And a lot of people are like, oh, why aren't you recording this? I'm like, dude, I just want to have fun, you know, like,
So it's harder to have fun if you're recording it, you think? Or is it because you're stressing on how the video's gonna come out?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think you're right. It's hard to enjoy it. Like, so I honestly have to, like, once in a while just do things without any cameras or for a while, and just kind of get back to me enjoying it. Because I like talking to people, so I'm like, I'm not gonna record every conversation without telling them, like.
That'd be bad.
Yeah.
And what about oh my god, how to say it? What about when it comes to recording and you're creating content? What equipment do you use or do you utilize for in general?
Dude, I usually use just my iPhone because it's so handy, like, and just so accessible, that I just use my iPhone. And I used to have like a camera, and then I had a camera guy for a little bit, but I just honestly get my phone out and just start recording.
Really?
Yeah, it's like people don't realize that 20 years ago, the Hollywood movies were not as good as that iPhone I have in my pocket. So it's like it doesn't really matter. Like, I mean, yeah, a lot of people. I don't think the production quality matters as much as people think. I think people place a high importance on that when it's not as needed, because people make excuses like, oh, I can't make a video. Well, you have an iPhone, you have an Android, you can make a video.
So it's just opportunities, you know? So it's like people making excuses for the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And do you think that's like a blockage in their mind, or it's just like a...
I think it's just fear of what other people think, and just excuse. Yeah, I would say like just an excuse, and then fear of failure in front of other people, I think it comes down to.
So for you, that's not a problem anymore?
No, not really. That's something I've overcome at least pretty good amount. I would say a pretty good amount.
You think it was hard at the start?
Yeah, it was. I was like, what is it? Yeah, it was really hard. It was really awkward. I was like, dude, you saw that one first video that I posted, or no?
I think you were a little shy. You're
Yeah.
like... so that was difficult.
Yeah, it was difficult at the start, yeah. I was like, what do I say? Like, who am I talking to? Like, there's nobody here. Like, no, you know.
Did you care about messing up? Did you have a lot of retakes?
No, I didn't, but I did care about messing up. But I just kind of posted it anyways, and people would comment bad, like, you know, like, yeah.
So the negative comments, do you think still affect you a lot? Or have you surpassed the haters?
I think I've overcome it like a lot, but I still get comments that I'm like, man, that kind of hurts, you know. But it's gotten way better. Like I don't think it ever goes away, but it's like gotten way better. Like it doesn't affect me like 1/10, not even 1/100th of what it used to.
Really? Did one of those comments ever make you feel like quitting?
Oh yeah, actually, I almost quit. This one guy said I was the least. I was the least confident person in the room. Like I was making, and then I was like, dude, I might as well have quit. I don't know.
But you didn't.
No.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah, could you imagine if Aaron didn't record? That would be bad. If one comment got you, it would have been a worse what if, you know. But I'm glad you're still here. It's amazing. I see you a lot around the gym. I wish I could see you more in the Bible play. Are you guys still playing Bible?
It died down, dude.
Like about 2 or 3 people go. You know, we don't have to bring it back. You know, and the people that are watching, I hope they'll start showing up. But Fridays used to be lit. I like Fridays.
Yeah.
They're nice, especially now that they have like a good temperature. It's going down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's get back to the backflips. If you were to go back and tell yourself how to learn it, what would you tell yourself?
I would say I would just say, you can do this. Like, don't be afraid. Just like go for it. Like literally go for it. You can do it. Don't I think the one word is commit. Just commit. Like just commit and you'll be fine. Like, but if you freak out in the air, then be like, you're done. Like,
So how can I learn? Like, do I have to put a mattress?
Yeah, mattress. Start with trampoline, then a mattress, and then the grass.
Oh God.
Then concrete. I'm just kidding.
Oh, God. What about the street?
Yeah.
Do it in the street?
No, I do it anywhere now. Like,
have you ever done like a double backflip or something like that?
I've done it on a mattress, a double backflip.
That was hard.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried it without a mattress?
Not on ground yet. That's one of my goals actually.
It's so scary. Do you think you have to be very athletic for it?
Honestly, I don't think you have to be like super athletic for it.
Really?
No.
No? Is it gravity or is it more like just like jumping?
It's just, jumping and then having the right technique can take you a long way. But I would say literally just not being afraid of failing and just being like, all right, just having the confidence and commitment, you know.
Do you have to have good knees or no? Damn. Maybe.
I don't know. I would say all right knees. You know, you don't want to be.
Yeah, don't tear your ACL trying it, bro.
Yeah, warm up first too. Like most people don't warm up. Warm up before. Yeah, I normally warm up.
Lying, you just jump. It's too easy for you.
Well, I like to warm up. I try to warm up, not all the time, but.
Okay, well that's a good thing. All right. So in 5 years, what do you see yourself?
I see myself still doing content. I would say speaking. Mainly just still doing content, and then just making more money from it, and making more of a difference from it. You know, like I just want to make like a huge difference with content, in surprise and also worldwide. You know, like just hundreds of millions of views. Actually, no, billions of views is my goal. Billions.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, dang, billions would be pretty crazy.
I'm at like 93 million total, so
You can get
almost 100 million so far.
That's good. 7 more million, guys. Yeah. Yeah, imagine if we go very famous. We got a podcast with Aaron. And now, I know it's a little aside, but I know your brother does music as well, right?
Yeah.
So how's he going?
It's going well for him. He's gone. He has 1.6 million monthly listeners, and
Wow.
he has like a song that has like almost 20 million views or hits on it, streams. So, yeah. And then he's touring and stuff, and he's been really successful with it. He's like doing it full time.
Yeah.
Making him doing it full time, which is crazy.
Just good. It's good that he's doing that. Well, last thing I want to talk about is you released a book as well, right?
Yeah.
So, talk to us about your book before we end this.
It's How to Connect with People Eternally. So it talks about how to remember people's names. It talks about just how to network with people better. So if you want to connect with people better, that book is pretty helpful in that regard. I
Very recommended.
Yeah.
Well, that was our podcast for today. I want to appreciate Aaron for showing up today. It's a pleasure. I know he's a busy man.
Appreciate it.
It's great, man. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
That was great.
Sweet.
That was amazing.